What's up, Christina and the VV community? VV, it's hard to say. The double V community? That sounds a bit weird. Anyway, wanted to record this video to speak on this topic that you're sharing. Like you feel a little bit stuck. How are you prioritizing your day? And I want to go into a little bit of the psychology here that may help you. And this is incredibly simple. And that leads most people to never do this simple work and then keep revisiting it. And that is, there's only two things in life that motivate us. Motive, motion to act, right? To motivate is the thing that drives us to move into action, right? Procrastination is lack of that action. It's the resistance towards that action. Great book. Go read The War of Art. The War of Art. Stephen Pressfield. It's very simple. Everybody creates, whether you're an artist visually or not, right? We all create things. We create ideas. We turn nothing into something. We make it up. We make it real. We make it better. And so War of Art, go check that book out. It's really short. Maybe that will help you. But back to the psychology, there's only two things that motivate us. And so often, most people never get driven by the second, and it's the most powerful one, but it must be built. The first one, though, is motivated by pain and the action, the motivation that moves you away from the pain, to avoid the pain. And if we have any semblance of comfort, financially speaking, you got some savings in the bank, or it's not that bad yet, right? The problem with pain is if it perpetually motivates you, it's unhealthy, right? Because for it to perpetually motivate you, you have to continue to drum up the pain. And the skill set that you can muster or develop to maintain the pain that pushes you, it's kind of like the idea of the hot stove, right? You touch it and you pull your hand off, or a sharp object, right? You immediately pull away, you push away from the pain, right? These are push types of actions, right? It jolts you, right? And so for that reason, I believe that pain can only be a short-term motivator. Once you relieve the pain to at least a level of comfort, you can exist with some pain. Right now, you have pain, you're uncomfortable, you don't like what's happening, so you have some pain. It's what's causing you to act and ask for help. I mean, that's a powerful piece of action, right? Acknowledging that you're stuck. Right? That is action. That is coming from the motivation of pain and discomfort. How do I avoid this? Get help, get insight, breakthrough perhaps, and move forward. Here's the problem though. You'll go through this vicious cycle if pain is the only thing that motivates you. Discomfort is the only thing that motivates you, because those are all push, and the moment it doesn't take you to be too far away from the stove for it to stop causing pain, right? You don't have to leave the room. You could be inches off of that pain. And I would imagine inches away from the thing that causes you so much pain and discomfort or unease in where you're at in your career right now, only inches away from it doesn't solve your problem. You need to be miles away. You need to go from uncertainty and unease in your business, financially, fulfillment-wise, right? And you need to be miles away. You need to be where your future is. And this really starts to talk about the other thing is moving towards. The second thing is to move towards something pleasurable. So we talked about a push. This is a pull. And here's the thing. The same skill that would cause somebody to unhealthily, is that a word? Unhealthily? In an unhealthy way to continue to be motivated by pain, because once you inches away, you'd have to reintroduce that pain on purpose to continue to be motivated by it in most cases, or find a new thing and anchor the reason for that pain to not moving forward, right? And that's another way to do it. You can kind of associate the pain and let many aspects of pain, you could turn the pain of how somebody treats you, and that drives you into the motivation in financial success. People do that. I don't believe it's healthy to do it, but it can be a powerful driver. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. And so the other side of it is being pulled towards your future, right? And to be, this is a revelation for me, is to have this skill, which is the skill to pursue excellence, to have an ever evolving, success is the gradual realization of a worthy ideal. To just continue to move forward requires you to be pulled forward towards something, and that is the crux of it all, which is you have to have a unbelievably clear vision. You have to know exactly what you're moving towards. And so the work that you should be doing right now is getting clear on what you want. Who is it that you want to be? How do you want to live? And this is that stuff that just sounds ridiculous. So it just sounds too simple, right? Yeah, okay, how's that gonna work? I'm gonna tell you right now that if you do it practically, you just start asking your question. Maybe you talk it out loud, maybe you write it down on paper. I find that just thinking about it won't help. You have to do something about it. You have to, like I said, write, type, however you wanna do that. And so, and for me, I think you have to get so clear on your vision, and then you have to, what I call, touch the vision. You have to, whether it's maybe I use music, right? I use certain music, and if you want the music I use, I can share the name of the track. But a music that can kind of set your mind free. You can kind of get into somewhat of a meditative state, but don't overcomplicate it. And you want to get unbelievably clear. Once you know what that vision is, for me, what pulls me forward is my family. So that sounds easy, right? Here's the thing. I'm married for 5 years. Love my wife. She's amazing. It's about the family we're moving towards. I think about the kids I don't have yet. I think about being their hero. I think about the day that will come that they will look up at me, my son, my daughter will look up at me and say, I just want to be like you, Dad. And not only can I put that headline out there to you right now, I know what it looks like. I know what my son looks like. I know what it looks like when I'm teaching him how to play tennis. It's a sport I grew up playing. I know what it sounds like when I'm making coffee and they're eating breakfast. I have painted this clear vision. And then, just like someone could, in an unhealthy way, manufacture pain to push them forward, we can use the same skill set to get so clear on it that every day I get up in the morning, it's like 7:20 a.m. here in Nashville, Tennessee, where I'm at, here in the United States. Not sure where you are. Is it Christina or Katrina? Anyway, and I get up every day at 4:45. I own my own business. I don't have to be anywhere for anyone. I get up at 4:45 because of that pull of what I'm moving towards. Because I'm preparing for years in advance right now, for that moment that my daughter looks up to me and as I just want to be like my dad. And if you can get really clear on that, and it could sound superficial, but the reason it's not, and the reason why it just pulls me out of bed in the morning, the reason why it causes me to go to sleep earlier, top tip, anybody who gets up early goes to sleep way earlier than you think. I go to sleep mostly 9:30, 10:30, to get up at 4:45. Sleep is important, but you have to get clear. Maybe it's writing it down. And then once you have all that, then the tools like the Daily Manifest say, okay, well, now that I know why I'm doing it, what can I do? And it starts to become pretty simple. What do I want? And okay, and what would have to happen to get there? Gary Keller's great book, I would read it, The One Thing. He talks, his question, I'm gonna paraphrase here because I don't know exactly. It's like, what's the one thing that I can be doing to get, to achieve X? Whereas if I did that thing, everything else would become easier or unnecessary. Think about it as the lead domino. So if you know what your thing is that you're working towards, you know why you're working for it, so you'll be pulled towards it, and then you can reverse engineer with that one thing question and say, well, what are the actions? What are my highest and best use? What are the priorities? What are the things that actually move the needle that aren't just busy work? See, we get busy, procrastinate, because we don't know what we're moving towards, and it's not so clear that it pulls us towards that thing. So I hope that helps you. If you have any questions about that, drop them in the comments below this video here in Slack, and I'll answer them. If you want anything I talked about, resources, whatever, but read The War of Art. Then go read The One Thing by Gary Keller. Here's the one thing that I'll tell you is absolutely, undeniably, don't wait to start getting clear on your vision until you finish those books. Don't get busy with learning. I find the best way to learn is just in time, not just in case. Don't think that you need to go just continually search learning, because that's a false sense of progress. Being motivated into motion, into action, finding what you can be pulled towards, getting so clear on it that the force is unmistakable and insurmountable. You can't help but be pulled forward to that vision that you are so clear about. That is what's most important. Start moving. The War of Art's really simple. So if you want, you don't have to do anything until you finish that book. But I don't know how busy your schedule is. So hope this helps. Hope this serves not only you, but the rest of the community here. And cheers.